Good day, everyone. This is AJ Benedizan, and this is my multimedia presentation with my report entitled Introspective Method of Data Collection. So, for its basic or simple explanation or definition, introspective method of data collection is the examination of one's conscious thoughts and feelings. It is the process of observing and reflecting of one's thoughts, feelings, motives, reasoning processes, and mental states with a view to determine the ways in which these processes and states determine our behavior. In other terms, introspective method of data collection is the introspective method involves examining one's conscious thoughts and feelings. It is a self-observation technique where individuals reflect on their own mental states and processes. So, this method requires observing and reflecting on one's thoughts, feelings, and motives, and other reasoning processes and mental states. The aim is to understand how these internal processes and states influence one's behavior. In general, introspective method is divided into two categories. First is verbal reports and the second is diary studies. So let's discuss first the verbal reports. So verbal reports, it is an oral records of thoughts provided by subjects when thinking during or immediately after completing a task. Verbal reports are further divided into two categories, which is think aloud and retrospection. Verbal reports involve individuals providing real-time or retrospective accounts of their thoughts, feelings, and mental processes. So the process is that participants are often asked to describe their experiences aloud during or immediately after a task. This can include think aloud protocols where individuals articulate their thought process while performing a task, and the purpose of this is that it is to capture detailed, immediate insights into cognitive processes and emotional states as they occur. So the first category is think aloud. So it is think aloud. It is the method involves participants verbalizing their thoughts in real time as they perform a task. So the process of this is that while they engage in an activity, individuals continuously articulate their thoughts, reasoning processes, and problem-solving strategies aloud. This method captures the immediate cognitive processes and provides insights into how tasks are approached and managed. So the purpose of Think Aloud is that it is to gain an understanding of the cognitive processes and strategies used during task performance. It helps in identifying the step-by-step mental activities involved in completing a task. On the other hand, the second category is retrospection. So retrospection involves participants reflecting on and describing their thoughts, feelings, and experiences after the task has been completed. The process, after finishing an activity, individuals are asked to recall and describe their cognitive and emotional experiences. This can involve answering questions or providing a narrative of their mental processes during the task. The purpose of retrospection is that the goal is to gather insights and the mental processes and experiences that occurred during the task, with a focus on understanding how participants perceive and interpreted their actions and decisions in hindsight. So for the principles of verbal reports, first is time intervening between mental operations and report is critical and should be minimized as much as possible. Second, verbalization places additional cognitive demands on mental processing that requires care in order to achieve insightful results. Third, verbal reports of mental processes should avoid the usual social conventions of talking to someone. Fourth, there is a lot of information in introspective reports aside from the words themselves. The last is verbal reports of automatic processes are impossible. Such processes include visual and motor processes and low attention, atomized linguistic processes such as the social chat of native speakers. For the procedures of verbal reports, number one is provide students with a practice activity. Second, give simple directions. Third, be as unobtrusive, careful as possible. Ask students to report their thought processes at particular points. Don't ask don't ask leading questions. Record the session. Pay attention to students' nonverbal behavior. So those are the 7 procedures of verbal reports. Data analysis of reports. So we have to transcribe the data. Also, we have segment the transcript into thought units. We have to code each unit. And last is we have to use inter-rater reliability. Diary studies. This is the second category of introspective method. So diary studies, it is an account of a second language experience as recorded in a first-person journal. The diarist may be a language teacher or a language learner. Its main characteristics are they are introspective. The diarist studies his or her teaching and learning. Second, the diarist can report an affective factors, language learning experiences, which are normally hidden or largely inaccessible to an external observer. So again, diary studies involve participants recording their thoughts, feelings, and experiences over a specified period in a structured or unstructured manner. So for the process, individuals maintain a diary or journal where they log their daily experiences, reflections, and emotional experiences. Entries can be made at regular intervals, for example, daily or weekly, and can include prompts to guide the recording process. So the purpose of diary studies, this method provides a longitudinal perspective on an individual's mental states and behaviors, allowing for the observation of patterns and changes over time. So for the summary of the 2 categories, first we have the verbal reports. It is a capture, real-time or immediate reflections on thoughts and feelings, often used to understand cognitive processes during specific tasks. While on the other hand, diary studies involve ongoing, detailed recording of daily experiences and reflections, useful for tracking changes and patterns in thoughts and behaviors over time. So all in all, both methods provide valuable qualitative data that help researchers understand the complexities of human cognition and emotion. Here are the procedures of conducting diary studies. First, providing an account of personal language, learning or teaching history. Second, recording events, details and feelings about the current language experience in the diary. Third, revisiting the journal entries, looking for patterns and significant events. Last, identifying important factors to the language, learning or teaching experience are interpreted and discussed in diary study. For the benefits, providing information about second language learners and teacher and their perspectives on the affective and instructional factors that affect second language learning and teaching, allowing researchers to see factors identified by teachers and learners, being a vehicle for data triangulation. The data collection process itself is more accessible in that. So, so all in all, they provide insights over time, revealing patterns and changes in behavior and thoughts. It is also flexible because participants can record experiences at their convenience, reducing the pressure of immediate responses. Also, detailed personal reflections enhance understanding of complex emotions, and behavior. So that's all for the benefits of introspective method. Merits of introspection: it gives direct information about one's own self. It does not need any tool or laboratory. Economical method makes base for other methods such as experimental and observation method. Subjective observation provides an opportunity to check the results obtained through other methods. For the demerits of introspection, we have subjective in nature. Human mind is not static like inanimate objects. Conflicting reports, it lacks validity and reliability. It cannot be applied in children, abnormal persons, and animals. A highly matured and skilled person is required to carry out this method. So for the conclusion or for the takeaways of this report or in this topic, introspective methods such as verbal reports, think aloud, and retrospection and diary studies are valuable tools in psychological research. They provide rich qualitative insights into individuals' cognitive and emotional processes. Verbal reports capture real-time and reflective accounts of mental activities, while diary studies offer longitudinal data that highlight patterns and changes over time. These methods enhance our understanding of the complexities of human thought and behavior, contributing significantly to psychological theory and practices. So that would be all for my topic. Thank you and have a good day.